No, it has feelings,
And we're
Daryl.
live. It's all
All
you,
right,
Katie.
welcome to the Church Communications Podcast with Katie and Daryl. Tonight, our episode is brought to you by Touchpoint. Touchpoint is a church management system built by the church for the church. They are an online church management platform and mobile app designed to work together to keep your church connected at any time and any place. The newly relaunched Touchpoint mobile app enables church staff, members, to manage giving, check in for classes and small group, update their contact information, stream sermon and video, audio, register for events, receive messages, and do a whole lot more. And because the app integrates with your Touchpoint database, your members' contact information is correct and always up to date. Our mission at Touchpoint is to eliminate the need for numerous point solutions and for you from data silos. And we want you to see disciples, not data. You can go to churchcommunications.com/touchpoint. Again, that is churchcommunications.com/touchpoint and get a free ebook about the field guide for data-driven ministry.
What is up?
What is up, Daryl? Also, this episode is done over Skype.
That's right. That is right, folks. It's done. Yes, it's brought to you via the wonderful world of Microsoft products, Skype. So there we go.
On an Apple.
Oh, we survived Easter. We survived it, Katie.
Yeah, it's over. Praise the Lord.
How many photos did you snap at the photo booth?
600. Kind of down, actually.
Yeah,
right?
wait.
That was
It is
surprising,
down.
right?
Because I want to say we did like 800 the year before.
I don't know if it was Billy Kate's energy or something. But I think it kind of was. Like, we had this other intern last year who was very energetic.
Yeah.
And maybe she just took more photos per capita. That could be true, too. It could be the same amount of families, but less photos taken. But I think it went really well. Otherwise, I kind of feel like it's overdone at this point, and I think maybe we should venture to other things or give it away to another ministry. So that is my thought there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think
because otherwise I am tied up and I can't do Instagram stories.
That is true. And I do wonder if maybe the better way to do it is better do a self-service type of one that like.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, honestly, people always like kept handing like Lindsay or me their iPhone the entire time anyway.
Oh, okay.
Like, really, what would probably be helpful is just leave the intern there and say, I'll take your photo with your iPhone.
Yeah, give me your phone, and we've already got a ring light set up.
At the same time, then you don't get the photos, right? And so the whole point of doing the photo booth in the first place was to elevate our Facebook page, like to get more likes on our Facebook page. But at this point, I don't feel like I could care less if I get more likes on our Facebook page because that's going to happen.
That's true.
But so now I'm wondering, I don't know, we talked about doing it as an email opt-in. I don't think that's impossible or necessarily a terrible decision, but I struggle with the customer service aspect as you discussed in our meeting before.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, I don't know, maybe it would be worth it for 1,000 or 600 people's emails. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm with you.
Heard about it.
We'll think about it. Who knows? It's going to be interesting. All right, we got some stories to dive into. So let's start with, actually, Katie, I'm going to rearrange the order on the fly because it's the one I actually wrote in terms of the title of this, and that is Snapchat is introducing group video chat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you can chat with like 14 of your friends or something at one time. Isn't that like how many people? No, 16 of your friends at one time.
Good grief. 16. Okay, so
16 people. I think this is going to be great for high schoolers. I don't know if it will catch on with anyone else.
Well, okay, so let's think about yeah, so here's the question is when I look at Snapchat, you and I talked about this earlier today. You said you used the term pivot. So do you see them pivoting into understanding that they're a messaging app?
Yeah, I think they're pivoting hard. I almost think instead of going after Facebook and Instagram, like what they were doing well, right, was being Snapchat, and then Instagram kind of took that from them and did it better. Yeah. And then they had a lot of controversy and whatnot. So now I think they're trying to say, okay, we can be like an all-inclusive messaging app altogether for the new generation. So I think this is just their one step to being more like Skype or whatever. I actually posted about it in the group, and then I deleted it because I don't know. I just was tired of hearing about it,
Right.
Because I was like, I thought this was kind of like a game changer. And it kind of is for them. Like, I don't think it's like a game changer for like the social media world at large, but for Snapchat, this is a game changer. Like, it's a pivot thing for them. So for me, I feel like for the company, it's a game changer, not like a game changer for all of churches and Snapchat.
Okay, so here's what my opinion is on this is in regards to this. I think it is a huge game changer, and I'll tell you why. Every young adult, and actually every teenager I talk to, because my wife's in the student ministry, she's a student minister, they all use Snapchat, and it's their messaging tool back and forth to their friends. And
like, it's their choice, right?
Yes. So exactly. So I think for all of us who look at it and kind of go and poo-poo Snapchat in general, it's more, well, guess what? You're not a teenager. You're not their target demographic.
Right. And, well, I think the best comment, and this was from Justin, and I'm calling you out, Justin. That's why I deleted it, because I was just like, I don't know. Like, he said, like, and I should have just had a discussion. I don't know. It was really early in the morning. You can't anger me at 5:30 a.m. Because I'll just delete things. But he said, like, he took a screenshot of the Snapchat ads, right? So it's like Cosmo and other things, and there's girls are obviously in bikinis, right? And stuff, because summer's coming around. And he was like, I will never support this platform for a church because of this kind of advertising. But of course you're going to get, I mean, as a girl, I get that advertising in my Facebook and Instagram feed all the time. I know you're like a male, so maybe you're not getting it all the time and you're suddenly seeing it on Snapchat and thinking it's like a novel thing. But also, like, you cannot avoid that kind of advertising, at the grocery store and the line at Publix. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a Cosmo up with a scantily clad girl or a Vogue, issue of, really provocative image. And it's not like you're going to suddenly not go to Publix anymore, just because they're the ones who hold that advertising for that company.
Oh, I agree.
It's not like you're not going to go to the mall just because they have a Victoria's Secret. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen. So
I agree on a certain level. I get one argument is their content it's curated content that is scantily clad. So I understand that argument. I really
totally understand that as well.
But I also say but I would also hold Facebook accountable for what you just mentioned, which is them allowing certain organizations to buy ads. You're right. As a guy, I don't get that stuff on what little Facebook I actually consume, but but the reality of it is I'm sure there are people who do, like you obviously mentioned it, and so I think I get that. I think we've got to accept the reality is
you buy one piece of underwear online and like it's all you see for years. I don't know. It's like, oh man, got to make my purchases at the store.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is that I think what I worry about for us as church communicators is this, and this is what I think this represents at a larger scale is that we ourselves are ingrained in platforms that we like and we trust because they're comfortable to us, and we don't see the audience shifting. And when the audience shifts, we don't want to make a shift based off of what we like and what we want to consume.
Right. Because that's why we were scared of Snapchat in the first place, right? Because it was just for naked selfies, and then I thought we got past that, and now it feels like we're going back, like, it's just naked people advertising. And I'm like, it's like you've got to be where the people are, and that's the thing. Like, some things are just not. I don't know, so cut and simple and dry. I've said it before, don't let fear rule your ministry. If you're afraid you're going to see some things that you shouldn't see, first off, that's ministry, right? You're going to see some things that you shouldn't see. Yeah. That's life in general.
Yes.
It's just deciding what we do with those things is right, like the character, the choice that you make.
No, and I agree. And I think the other thing about it is you and I talked about this before. The first time you and I ever stepped onto, first time we actually used Snapchat as a church. We don't actively use it right now, but when we did, I mean, we remember all those usernames that popped up, and I remember going, I don't know who a single one of these people are. Like, I didn't recognize a single one, and I had to run over to my wife, and who was in the worship center at the time, and said, who are these people? She's like, oh, these are all students. And I went, it was like an undiscovered terror. It was okay, not perfect exact metaphor, but it's like when you go to Universal Studios, and if you don't know where Harry Potter World's in Universal Studios and just go around that corner, you're open to like a whole new world. That's what it was. It was like, oh wow, there's a whole like world out there of kids that don't even encounter any of our content because they're literally on an island called Snapchat. So there you go.
Yeah, and that's what I'm worried about too. Like, I want to make sure that I'm getting to them, so it's kind of like, okay, I need to like I don't know, suck it up and do it. And I'm not. So like, I'm not going to say like be a hypocrite and be like, oh yeah, we're totally on and doing all this stuff. Cause we're not,
No.
you know? And I felt also fed up with the kind of advertising and the weirdness of the way that they do that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I completely understand where he was coming from, but I also understand like, I don't know, you can't avoid it either. So
That's true. You can.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, on to the next story.
Next story, Instagram, they suddenly choke off developers because Facebook is having a privacy crisis.
Yeah, Facebook just can't seem to keep it together lately.
They can't catch a break recently, and I can't wait for their stock to drop under $100 so I can buy a whole bunch of it, because you know that they're going to come back, it's going to be fine.
Yeah, so for those of you, Facebook has started to, and I know they changed some stuff in terms of how third-party people can get data now and use data. And it looks like Instagram is doing the same thing. The idea being, I think basically they're limiting how many, without getting too fancy folks, with how many API calls developers can do to the system, if you will. They're reducing some of that stuff. So we were talking off air before we were live, was we don't know which one of our apps that we all used are going to be affected by this yet. We don't know, but we do know that some apps will be. We were talking about Grum, but Grum doesn't, for those of you who know, Grum is a scheduling app. You can schedule Instagram on your desktop through Grum, but Grum doesn't use their APIs. They have a way of getting around a lot of that stuff. So, but we do know there are apps that use this. So we don't know, but it looks like in the future.
Yeah, we don't know how it's gonna like affect Hootsuite or Buffer or anything that just started using. I don't know if it's necessarily affecting the business accounts that are scheduling posting. I think it's more like these third party tools like that you can download on your phone that lets you unfollow and follow people quickly.
Oh yeah, I think there's probably that, and it's probably, if my understanding is, also like third party people that will purchase ads for you on Instagram. Like they're legit. They're not like shady companies.
Like AdExpresso.
Yeah, like
Hootsuite.
My understanding is like it's part of that is they're reducing. They're wanting you to actually use their back end to do your ads and not go through third parties because of how
I've heard really good things about AdExpresso.
Really?
By Hootsuite. Yeah, I think we should probably look into that eventually. But that's besides the point. Yeah. Well, all right. What's the next one?
Yes. So Facebook is, speaking of Facebook, they are unveiling some new tools in their ad creation workflow. And it's now called Quick Creation Flow. And to be honest with you, on the outside, when you look at this, if you actually do Facebook ads on a normal basis, you're going to look at this and go, I don't see anything that's crazy new. But they claim that this will make it easier for you to do A/B testing, and it will give you some additional enhancements. And some of those enhancements are going to be the ability to do A/B testing for video views. And let me pull up the other list here real quick. I just lost that view that I had with it. Oh, here we go. Sorry. You're going to be able now to do A/B testing for conversions, app installs, reach, video views, traffic, and lead generation. So you and I were discussing earlier, we're trying to figure out, well, I guess before was basically audience, post interaction, and I'm trying to think what the other one was that you could currently do, but it slips my mind.
Yeah.
But all that to say, it looks like what they're trying to do is give you more A/B test options. The one that I caught my eye was now you can do A/B test runs for video views. So I can put two videos in, or the same video with some alterations in it, and I can run an A/B test on which one's actually doing better in terms of actually getting the views I need as I run it as an ad. So
yeah. Oh, okay. I think like it's saying you can split test ads optimized for post engagement versus page likes.
Ah, okay.
Or event responses.
Which I think that would make sense though, because given the new algorithm, post engagement is going to be
down, right?
Yeah, post engagement is going to be down. So I'm assuming that would be a plus for you as an advertiser. Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Yes.
That'll be interesting.
That'll be very interesting. Alrighty. Next story.
Now you can donate to charities by asking Alexa to send money.
Yes. Check it out, kids.
It doesn't work. It's not open for everyone quite yet. It's only open for 48 charities, mostly for common ones like the Red Cross or the Cancer Society. But I imagine soon they would probably open this up to anyone.
Yeah.
Especially because they want you to use Amazon Pay, right?
Yeah.
because it looks like they're doing it over Amazon Pay. So I think it will just be eventually a brief moment of time before they open it up for churches to allow themselves to be on it. So you can pay your tithe.
I'm really excited about telling Alexa to pay my tithe.
Yeah.
And right now I have an Alexa in my house. I'm far enough away where I can say Alexa out loud and it won't freak out. We've learned in our house, don't say Alex, don't say Alec, or don't say anything related to that because it'll go off. But
It'll go off, yeah.
Yeah, which is great. And right now my 6-year-old can't say Alexa really well, which is kind of nice because he yells at the thing. He yells at it all the time, asking to do stupid things. But that's different. But I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about the fact that I can say, hey, Alexa, pay my tithe.
Yeah, I have an Alexa set up with some Wi-Fi plugs at my house where I can tell it to turn off my lights, so I don't ever have to bend over and turn off my lights. I'm literally the laziest person in my bed, and I don't care. Like, Alexa, turn off the heat. Alexa, turn it off. Alexa, I don't know. So I'm like really living my best life over here. I'm not a queen everywhere, but I am a queen at my home. So
I like the fact that I didn't realize you had Alexa set up to do all those things. And I've obviously way underutilized ours because we pretty much use Alexa to tell us the weather in the morning.
You were clearly not living your best life.
Apparently I'm not.
I am ordering soon stuff to open my curtains and all this. I'm just, I'm just a huge nerd and I just want to automate everything in my house. I can't wait to be totally useless and that robots do everything for me.
Well, I will tell you this. This is one thing I like to do with Alexa on occasion. It makes my wife really mad, is that Alexa's hooked up to my Spotify account. And so even when I'm not at the house, I can, I'm at the office and I know my wife is home.
Right.
I play Spotify through Alexa and freak her out. I'll play The Police's "I'll Be Watching You" every if you make, and she gets really mad at me when I do that because she's trying to have a peaceful day at the house, and then I'm just blaring random fun music over.
Oh, the Stalker song.
Oh yeah, the Stalker song, or I will do the other one. I'll do Hall & Oates, just for fun.
Nice.
So there you go. All right, Katie, that is
sure your wife super appreciates that.
She super does not appreciate it.
Okay, yeah. So one more time. Ooh, well, I just hit my mic. We're mentioning Skype for security reasons, legal reasons, and also we're going to mention the Big Idea Conference. Is there anything though that you want to lift up before we go to the Big Idea?
Oh, that's a great question. I would like to lift up Amazon Prime Now, because this is what happened to my wife yesterday with Amazon Prime Now. I think it's an amazing service, and I love you guys for what you do. Thank you. However, my wife was logged into the wrong account. She ordered some stuff that she had to have delivered for various reasons to the church, and they said, so the secretary at our church said, "Hey, your order's here." And she emailed her almost half her team and said, your order's here, your order of toilet paper's here. And apparently she hit the wrong account and she ordered a giant thing of toilet paper. So she had to carry it around church all day yesterday. So I was really, really happy that screwed up with Amazon Prime Now. But I say that because I love Amazon Prime Now and I thank you for being a really great service. But anyway, I just enjoyed that and she was super mad, which made my day. So there you go. How about you, Katie?
Seems like this marriage is going really well. We might have to email Ken Core and give you some counseling later or something. Yeah. I don't know. What do I want to lift up? I'm really enjoying 99% Invisible, the podcast.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to 99% Invisible?
I have.
Okay. I'm obsessed with it. I'm binging it right now. I've gotten through 20 episodes and it's just my favorite thing ever. And it makes me want to be a better podcaster. So I don't know. It's been really, really fascinating to just listen to. It's just interesting little snippets about history that you didn't know. And also it makes you a fantastic person at a party to tell random stories about these things. Did you know Henry Ford had a Midwest city in the middle of the Amazon?
There you go.
He forced people into square dancing.
Okay. What app do you use to listen to your podcasts?
Oh, good question. All right. So I use Overcast.
Yes. Okay.
What do you use?
Okay. I use Overcast or I use Castro. Sometimes I'll switch between the two. I like Castro because Well, actually, Overcast I think now has some of Castro's features because it lets me real quickly. It just has like an inbox, and then I can just quickly just go through stuff real fast.
Yeah, I don't love Overcast. I wish I did. It's hard to find stuff on. Like it's hard to add just like one episode of a podcast, like or find like all the episodes that have ever mentioned Katie Couric or something on it. Because I'm really into that.
Well, she is a national treasure.
She is. And so, or Miranda Hart, that's what I usually am like trying to find. And like if I'm going to do that, I have to go back to the original Apple podcast app.
Yeah.
Usually, to search across like title names.
But
it really can only find like specific podcasts.
Do you pay for the pro version of it?
Is there a pro version of it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know.
If you do,
they are terrible at advertising.
Because if you do, you can then upload your own MP3s to their backend, and it becomes you can if you have a sermon that you got from somewhere, and then it's saved it treats it like a regular podcast, so it saves your place. So if you have a lecture you have to listen to, like normally you throw it into iTunes, and all of a sudden you've got to remember where you were in it. It'll put it on all your devices like a regular podcast. So if you have an MP3 you want to do that with, it's.
Yeah, I see that now. Yeah, $9.99 per year. That's really not a bad price. Yeah, just never really thought of it. I think if they had that search feature better,
yeah, that makes sense.
I would. But man, that search feature really, I don't know. I stopped using the Apple Podcast app, but I really haven't found that one that I love. There was that new one. I feel like it was called Breaker or something. I need to look. Yeah, that like was social with friends, like see what your friends are listening to, which I was really intrigued by and I really wanted to but the way you could listen to it was weird and I felt like you couldn't download stuff before, you could only stream and I don't know. Something was weird about it and I was just like, nope, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's kind of all right, but we do have a conference coming up. It's the Big Idea Conference. Our church is hosting the conference. They're putting it on and Katie and I are the hosts. So it's 2 days in Nashville, Tennessee, April 19th and 20th. Cost is only $149. And guess what? Registration ends Friday at midnight. Friday at midnight. So you can join us and a whole bunch of other people. We are not at capacity, but pretty darn close to it. So
we're going to have to cut you off pretty soon, guys. So
yes. So we've got people
because we've already started ordering things and we're out of stuff. So.
I have a truckload of stuff being delivered to my office this next week of things for you guys who are attending.
I'm so glad you're back because I was getting on your mail last week. I forgot to take an Instagram story. I was gonna take an Instagram story. Look, I'm just like Daryl's mail gatherer.
Yes. So we've got people. By the way, we got people from all across the globe coming: Australia, Brazil, Philippines, Canada. So. We're really, really, really excited. So our team is working hard on the event. So we can't wait to see you guys there. So you check it out at bigideanashville.com. So there you go. That's it for tonight's episode. Katie, anything else?
That's all I've got.
Okay. Well, guys, thanks for listening to this episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're in iTunes or give us a nice rating, a nice little review. Wouldn't hurt us at all. If you're watching on Facebook, if you could share or like this video. And if you're on YouTube, you can hit that subscribe button. We'd love that as well. Until next week, you guys take care and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.